Hello, I'm Bethany Rice, and this is my presentation called Sugary Sweet. A little bit about me. I've worked quite a few jobs. I worked at Royal Fork for 4 years. I worked at Target for about 4 months-ish. I'm still working at Brandy's every Saturday, and I work at Casey's weekly. Um, about my family, my mom and dad is Jay and Nicole Rice, and I have two siblings, one older brother named Patrick Rice and one younger brother named Logan Rice. Um, my plan is to graduate and move to Mitchell, which I plan on going to Mitchell Tech and majoring in my culinary arts degree and then minoring in business. Why did I choose to do what I'm doing? I've been cooking since I was a kid. It's something that I'm very passionate about. I've been doing it since I was for as long as I can remember. And it all started because my dad actually got his culinary degree because he has his GED, so he could really only get his culinary degree. And so it's just something that I grew up with. It's something that I love doing. And so my future plan, because of that, is to open up my own restaurant so that I can, make people as happy as cooking makes me happy. My mentor is Lillian Lawson, or Miss Lawson, as I call her. She went to the College of Ozarks for an undergrad, and she got her master's at SDSU. Her dog's name is Jackson, and she writes a lot of poetry, and she helped me a lot throughout this whole process of my senior project. It was a huge headache, and it was just great to have her there to help me and everything, and I literally could not have gotten this done without her. My advisor is Brandy. She is amazing. I love her so much. She literally built her business from the ground up. She's owned her business for about 7 years. She was a dropout in high school, and she's been sober for 18 years, and she's literally the definition of a self-made woman. She literally built herself from the ground up. She is amazing. Having a conversation with her, you learn so much. My senior capstone was focused on helping Hope Harbor gain money and me testing my confidence in selling food to the public, because I may have worked at restaurants before and in the food industry, but I've never planned and cooked and prepared food for so many people at once and made so many cookies at once. And so that was a whole new experience. I worked at Brandy's for an internship every Saturday and every other Wednesday when I got the chance. I learned a lot about the business end of running your own business. It's really hard to um, see that side of businesses because it's more behind closed doors. And so, and since I've worked at a lot of businesses where there's food involved and everything, I've never seen the business half. So it was really fascinating to see the way that businesses are ran, the way they are ran. And it was really nice to watch Brandy run her business because she doesn't have employees. She does all of it herself. It's all her. Granted, she has some helpers every once in a while. Yes, she does. But it was really fascinating to see her be her own boss and employer. These are some pictures of the process. The two middle ones are of me cutting out the heart-shaped cookies, which are sugar cookies that I sold on the day before Valentine's Day because that was the only time I got the chance to. And I sold them in the morning at school. And the picture to the left is of a picture of me handing Nash, the guy who runs Hope Harbor, um, handing him the check that I got for $110 of the money I made for Hope Harbor. My research paper thesis is prompting a safe environment in the kitchen will prevent the spread of foodborne illnesses and keep everyone safe. With COVID-19 being around and a lot of people having to stay at home and cook for the first time ever in their lives, a lot of people don't understand how easy it is to get sick from food. It is so easy, and a lot of people don't know how to keep their kitchens clean enough to work on, about how you have to wipe down the counters before you use them, how you can't use the same knife you use for cutting meat for cutting vegetables. You can't do that. You have to wash it in between, make sure all your surfaces are clean, make sure your hands are clean. After you touch raw meat, wash your hands before proceeding on, and make sure you're following the safety protocols. If you drop a knife, don't try and catch it. You could hurt yourself and contaminate the food around you, and you don't want to do that. And how you don't have to overspend on food to save money. I mean, to eat healthy. You can save money while eating healthy. It's just you have to look for the right prices. You have to know what you're looking for. You have to make lists, set budgets, everything. It's all important. Things I had to ask myself before the process started. What kind of cookies should I make? I didn't even want to start with cookies when I first thought about this. I actually wanted to make cupcakes, but I realized that cupcakes are actually really expensive and I don't have that much money and I needed to think about that and everything. And so we decided to go with sugar cookies because it costs like 49 cents per sugar cookie to make it. So we went with sugar cookies because it was the cheapest way, and in total on all the ingredients I spent like 35 bucks. It was nice, easy, quick, very convenient. And so the COVID-19 protocols I had to follow were easy, but it was also kind of inconvenient because I couldn't make the cookies at home. I had to stay after school, make them at the school, and they couldn't leave the school. And I had to individually wrap each cookie so that it didn't get contaminated. And so I had to figure out where would my profit go, what charity did I want to do, because I couldn't keep the money for myself. So I had to figure out how I wanted to go about doing that, reasons why I needed to sell this, and everything. And when should I sell the cookies? That was a huge headache. I couldn't figure out when I wanted to do this. And so we settled on Valentine's Day because it gave me enough time to plan. And I thought it would be really nice if I could make heart-shaped cookies for everyone so that they can give each other cookies, because I thought it'd be really sweet. Um, First step was finding a charity. Before I could even decide on anything, I had to know what I was making food for, who I was making it for, and why. So we went with Hope Harbor because it's local, it's convenient, and I thought it would be really nice to support my community that way. And I went with the sugar cookie because, as I said, it's the cheapest one to make, and I thought it would be really cute if everyone just like got heart-shaped cookies, you know? And then we decided on Valentine's Day because it gave me enough time to plan things out, figure things out, and just it was just really convenient that day was. The second step was figuring out a reliable recipe. I used my grandma's sugar cookie recipe because if I had any questions, all I had to do was call her and ask. If I messed up on something, I could just call her and be like, hey, I don't know what I did wrong. Could you help me figure this out? And I didn't have any of those problems, but it was really nice for everyone to try my grandma's recipe and actually enjoy it, and I really enjoyed that. Making sure the school is okay with me working in their kitchens. So I had to make sure that Dr. DeBoer, Miss Lawson, and Miss Johnson were all okay with me working in the Flax kitchens and totally okay with me doing that before I could even start the process, because I couldn't make it at home and I couldn't make it at Brandy, so I had to like plan that all out. The execution, which it was, I sold a lot more cookies than I thought I would, and I sold in the lunchroom in the morning because I couldn't sell them at lunch, brought to you by COVID-19 protocols. Um, so because everyone would just buy a cookie and go if I did it in the morning, and that would work a lot better without everything being contaminated, you know? Excuse me. And I had to wrap each cookie so that um people wouldn't have to finger all the cookies, so I had to do that. And I almost sold all my cookies. I was so close. The learning stretch is how to make large batches of cookies. Oh my gosh, that was a headache because I'm used to working with large batches, yes, because I've worked at restaurants before, but they usually come in bags where you just add water. And since I was making it all from scratch, it was very interesting to see how you have to do like times four on a recipe. That was an interesting experience. And the frosting was a little chaotic because I ran out of eggs and you have to use egg whites and frosting, but you have to make sure they're pasteurized, otherwise, people can get sick. So I had to, like, in the middle of me making all my cookies, leave the school to go get more eggs because I ran out of eggs. Problems during the process. Procrastination. I struggled with this because I waited till the week of Valentine's Day to start even thinking about making my cookies, which was not smart. I should have been scheduling and planning ahead, but I did not. But the other problem was being in charge. I'm the go with the flow type of person, so it's really interesting watching me be in charge of something because that's out of my comfort zone. I don't usually do that. So when I had to plan everything and figure everything out for myself, that was a real interesting experience. And thanks to Miss Lawson, Brandy, Miss Barnhart, my adult, and my little brother Logan, he had to stay after school and help me with making the cookies. And anyone who tried my cookies, and thank you to the judges. If you have any questions, let me know.